right. Well, I think we're ready to start. So thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it. My name is Leo Squartrito. I'm the Vice President of Member Development and Events here at the Specialty Food Association. I've got with me here Scott Evans from Balloon, who is our platform provider for Specialty Food Live, or all of our Specialty Food Live events. Scott and I will be walking you through the onboarding process as it relates to how to get started, getting yourself set up, and make sure that buyers see everything that they need to see inside of your digital profile and your digital showroom and at the product level. I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of what buyers actually will see when they come into Specialty Food Live in May. I'm actually at the buyer landing page right now. We have 3 different landing pages, one for you as the seller, one for the buyer, which you see here, and then we have one for our business service providers as well. So I'm going to show you quickly what the buyers see and how they see your showroom and your profile and your products. And then I'm going to turn it over to Scott, and Scott's going to walk you through kind of the onboarding process, show you the seller screen landing page that you see when you come in, and just help you get started walking through how to get this set up correctly and make sure that you have everything that you need in there for buyers to be able to find your great products. So as I mentioned, I'm on the buyer landing page here, and this is what buyers see when they first come in. First thing that they see here is a full search bar where they can search by all specific products or by category or brands. They can also search our business service provider sponsors that are in the event. Across the top here, our buyers see all of the categories, and they can shop all of these categories. And this will be really important as Scott goes through helping you set up your individual products and making sure that the products and subcategory products are correct, so that when a buyer looks for cereals and granola, they'll find your products easily. The buyer can shop by brands and look at our brand directory and all of our brands. They can see all of our programs and education that are going on during the Specialty Food Live May event. All of our service providers are here. The network is where buyers will see the connections and messages directly from you, and those will show up here as new messages for them in the message center in the upper right-hand corner. The community sections where buyers and yourself will see all of the different community posts that are being posted throughout the entire event about your great products. And every time a new buyer comes onto the platform, you're going to see them come up as a community post as well. Our pavilions, we've got a number of international pavilions that will be coming into the show. As you can see here, this is some of the pavilions that will be coming in as well. Our SFA hub, this is the area where everybody gets help and needs help. They can call or email us directly, and also visit our press center, which is on here as well. Just going back to the home page, we put together a really great video for our buyers, 7 top tips for buyer success. It's literally a 2-minute video that walks them through 7 tips to be successful in finding the products within Specialty Food Live. There's also a video on your landing page that gives you tips on how to be successful from a seller's perspective as well. Our buyers can find new products by the last 12 months, in the last 6 months, or 30 days. If they click on one of these, it gives them all those products that have been categorized as brand new products in the last 30 days. There's 359 in here right now. Again, they can scroll down and they can look specifically or search specifically by category. And there's multiple categories here. They can learn more about our Infinite Aisle program, which we'll talk about shortly as well. They can get right to our pavilions. They can see the community feed, all the sessions that will be going on throughout the entire 4 days or 5 days of the event. They'll be able to easily access all of our Sophie winners right here on the home page quickly and easily. And again, if they need to get help, they can do that here. They can see all of our service provider sponsors. They can see trending products here quickly and easily, which products are being looked at the most by other buyers, and any recent products that have been added. We've also added a section here for diversity. These are all women-owned products that are currently in the system, and we're going to create a section for buyers to be able to find specific diverse companies that they're looking for as well. Wanted to just show you quickly, I know that new for the May event is our Infinite Aisle tie-in, so that buyers can buy your products through our Infinite Aisle program. But first, let me just show you what buyers see when they actually look in and see your profile. So I've gone to True Gold Honey. They've already built out their profile in their showroom, and they've done a really, really good job on building this out. And this just gives you an understanding of what can be done. They created a video and added it here along with their full description about their company. As you can see here, buyers can chat with me. They can set up meetings with you, create video chats directly with you. They can message you and connect with you throughout the whole event. These guys also added brochures, multiple contacts for people to get in touch with. They've added some great photos inside of here as well for buyers to be able to see the product outside the jar. They've created these great spots here where this is an article that takes you right to the specific article with this particular company's information. And again, Scott's going to show you how to set this up in your profile as well. Great video here that they created. This one here is some information that takes you to their website. And so again, you can see here that I haven't left SF Live. It's just taken me to another place for me to see information about this company and what they do. And they've done a really good job. And Scott's going to show you exactly how to get this set up. One of the other things that I really wanted to show you quickly, just from a buyer's perspective, is the Buy Now button. And so that Buy Now button is something that is brand new. And I want to just show you quickly what a buyer is going to see when they actually come to a product that has the Buy Now button. So this company, Hemp Love, is already set up in Specialty Food Live. They're already fully transactional inside of our Infinite Aisle program. And if I go to their showroom and I click on this particular product here, the organic cinnamon, as a buyer, I can read all about this great product and understand whether it's single serve or where the best merchandising locations are. And if I want to buy it, I can go right here and buy now using the SFA Infinite Aisle site. And I can click on this and it'll take me right to where I can buy this product. I can buy this product via credit card, multiple cases if I want. Tells me how long it will take to get there. And I'm ready to go. And I can still get back to that company and their products. And if I want to favorite this as a buyer, I can do so here. So that's our Buy Now button inside of Specialty Food Live. Buyers will have the ability to do that right away. So that's really just a quick overview of what a buyer sees, but I really want to turn this over to Scott. Scott's going to walk you through the real reason you're here, which is understanding how to onboard and get yourself set up inside of the platform. Make sure your profile is ready to go, your products are loaded up, and add some of these widgets that I just showed you from the company True Gold. So
hey, Leo, could I ask you to show the filters on the shop all page on that category drop down? I just want all the sellers. If you click on shop all at the top of that screen.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah. And these filters the SFA have created, scroll all the way down, not the category filters, but all of the custom filters down here. You can, the buyers can, they can filter by newness, by certain attributes of the product, distribution channel, whether they're Sophie Award winners, diet options. These are great filters. They're really, really popular with buyers. And I want to point them out too, because when we're setting up your showroom, you have an opportunity with every product that you upload into your showroom to assign values to each of those so that your products will come up when those filters are applied by retailers. Okay?
Yeah. So one of the things that when we spoke to buyers about what they really want from our digital event, they wanted to easily be able to find products. They wanted to dig down, and they actually provided us a lot of this stuff that we have here that we just showed you, and that Scott's going to show you how to set up inside of your product area as well. I'm going to turn it over to Scott, but before I do that, if you have any specific questions, please use the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. Ask your question there, and I'll try to answer them as we go, or I'll bring them up and ask Scott to answer them, but that's the best place to do that. So let me stop sharing and turn it over to Scott.
Okay, I'm going to take control here and share my screen. Thank you once again for joining us. The goal of this is for you to come away.
In your home, huh?
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Leo? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I hope you can see my screen. As Leo mentioned before, I am now logged in as an exhibitor. And what I want to do is take you through the process of setting up the profile page that Leo just showed you, that one for True Gold Honey. to set up your digital showroom, to show you the options on how you can do that in a way that's best for your organization, and how you can add colleagues to the platform and to your profile page so that the buyers can interact with them. Okay. So I'm logged in now. As Leo mentioned, this is one of our landing pages. This is the exhibitor landing page. Notice there is no search. You can't search for products or categories. That's not really the requirement for an exhibitor. And most of these items have changed in this main navigational component here is you see that you don't have category drop downs. You do have one called content. This is how you get to your product, your company profile and your product showroom. But before we get there, I just want to take one moment to talk about the community feed, because this is a really important thing for you guys to utilize during the live event. You'll see that, when you click here on community, you'll see all of these social posts. Now you'll see that, when the buyers log in, there'll be a post for them. But during the live event, these are all, we're in a kind of a, these are more of the things that you'll see during the live event, where exhibitors are posting images of products, posting a description, posting video, and the buyers will see all of this and they will interact with you, and they will be, they will be commenting, liking, and sharing. And every time a buyer interacts with you on the social feed, they become a lead for you. And we'll talk about this, the leads module, in an upcoming webinar. Okay. So really quickly, I want to show you how you can add your colleagues. If you're the primary contact now and you want to add some of your teammates, you can come here in the little drop-down menu next to your name, go to company admin. Okay, now in here you can manage your company settings as well, but the important thing is that under manage users, you just click add user and you go through this flow, okay, where you add their name, their email, their job title, all of that. And then you just simply click send account invite and it will send them a login email. It just triggers its own email. So you don't have to worry about doing it separately. You don't set passwords. They'll get it and they'll set their own password when they receive the email. And this is how you add someone to the account. This is not adding them to a profile page. So just adding to an account doesn't make them visible to retail buyers. That's another step I'll show you when we're setting up profile pages, okay? So there you have that. Now I want to go right to a company profile page and show you how simple this is. If you've ever set up on LinkedIn or any other social media page, it's very similar, okay? You saw this earlier when Leo was sharing his screen, company video, downloadable materials. They've added a sales sheet, price sheet, and different descriptions. You can add whatever you want. They have 2 contacts. It's not limited to 2. You can add as many as you want. The system automatically publishes a sample of the products that are in the showroom. You saw these carousel photos and all these great widgets, and I'm going to show you how to set all of this up right now, okay? The first thing you do is click edit. And I always encourage everyone, go through this once with no intention of uploading any content. Just go through and take note of all of the assets that you, and the specifications of those assets that you want to upload. So the background banner at the top of the page, the header image, you'll see the specifications for it right here. You can, once you create it, you just click upload, and it's a very simple process. You can upload your logo here. Here are the specifications for that. Company description goes right here. You can also, if you want to customize your URL. So if you want to share your link to your profile page, the system will put a bunch of numbers, a series of numbers over here as a unique identifier. But you can get rid of those series of numbers and just add your company name, and you've got a customized profile or a customized URL. You can add your own company's website here, some information about where you're located, and then some other fields related to your company. Are you a new business? What product categories do you sell? These are optional, but they're really important. So we really encourage you to add as much data as is relevant to your company. This will drive your search results when the buyers are searching for product categories in the search bar on the buyer landing page. See, we've got almost 200 different categories and subcategories that you can choose from. If you want to put a wholesale price range, years your company's been established, number of employees, is your business at least 51% owned and controlled? This is a diversity ownership question. This drives one of those filters that Leo showed you. On the landing page, we had a widget set up that said, hey, these are all the women-owned businesses in in the event in SFA Live. And that was driven by this data point here. So if they added women to this field, they would appear in that link. So what I'm saying is, you don't need to know what's going on behind the scenes, but the more data you complete, both for your company profile and your showroom, at both the company level and the product level, the more data, the more places you are likely to appear. Okay, we've got these others. If you're part of an international pavilion, if you're doing business as a different company name, you can add it here. And if you're affiliated with a pavilion there, and other services you may be interested in, you can list here. This next section is where you would add images for that product carousel. Okay, so it will accept as many images as you want. They pop up over your profile page and are scrollable. So these are, maybe not necessarily product shots, but more lifestyle, as Leo referred to, an out of the box kind of pictures would go here. I'm going to come back to this widgets because I'd have to navigate off the page. So I'll come back to this to show you how to use the widgets. But these are the examples we showed you. If you want your company video on that upper left-hand corner, you just drop in your YouTube or your Vimeo link. You follow this format we have right here, drop it in, the system will retrieve it and publish it in an embedded player on the profile page. Excuse me, this is where you can upload any sales collateral, marketing materials, price sheets, whatever you want. As long as it's a PDF file, you can just drop it right in here. You click here, and then these are all downloadable from your profile page, so buyers can download these. And materials you might hand out at a physical show, you can put in here, okay? And this has a limit of 4. However, you can use widgets to add additional downloadable content. If you want to enable video conferencing on your profile page, you can do that in this next section. You simply choose what tool you want to use, drop in your link, and you're good to go. That will turn on an icon, a video chat icon. And what happens is if a buyer clicks on that and you're online, you'll receive a little pop-up. It says, hey, so-and-so buyer from so-and-so buying company wants to have a video conference. And right from that pop-up, you can launch that and join that video stream, that video conferencing stream. Okay. If you're not available, if you're not online, you'll get an email that someone's trying to do that with you. Okay. This is where you can add links to all the popular social media sites. And down here is where you can add contacts, either contacts you uploaded before when I showed you company admin, or you can create them new here. You simply click add contact. If it's someone you added in admin, their name will be listed here. I'll have a pick list of people. And you could say, okay, I want these people to be on my profile page because I want them to interact with the retail buyers. If you didn't upload them, you can upload them here. You just go through this flow. Remember that anyone you add to your profile page will be visible and be contacted by retail buyers. So these might be folks who are, in ownership or sales capacities within your organization. Okay, the number one thing that people send in a ticket about is I did all my profile page and none of it published. That's because they forgot to hit save. It's down at the bottom. Anytime you add data, click save. You can come back and edit the data anytime you want, add more data anytime you want. Just every time you're finished, remember to click save, okay? And you can view your work as you go simply by clicking on going back to profile, and you'll see exactly what the retail buyer sees, minus all of the engagement tools. Obviously, you don't need to see tools because you're not going to engage with yourself. But the meeting scheduler, the connecting, the messaging, live chat, video, text chat, none of that's available, but the retailer will see it, and you can check on it as you go. Okay, I am going to jump in to the widgets now. All right, any questions on these kind of basics? As Leo encouraged, you can use the Q&A for that, and Leo will be monitoring that. And if he needs to stop me, he has no problem doing that and getting in. And
any questions at all, please feel free to drop them into the Q&A, and I'll either answer them direct or stop Scott and ask him to address any questions. Thank you.
Okay, so about less than halfway down the editing page, you'll see this custom section called widgets. Basically, a widget is a very simple concept. It's a digital container contains two things, an image and a link. What those images and what those links are is completely up to you. We provide this very broad framework so that you can use your creativity, your imagination to create whatever kind of experience you want for the buyers, okay? You know, we see some really creative uses of these. There are people running contests. You know, in the last show, there were people doing live streaming, cooking demos, and you can do anything you want. You see, these guys have linked to some other, you know, content around the web. You can certainly do that. That's great. They've added other videos, and very simple to do. Really, what's important is the kind of strategy that around the user experience you want to deliver. But to do it, you simply click on Set Up Widgets, continue. Oh, there was some required information that I forgot here. Okay, so let me go back now, save this. Profile, edit, set up widgets, continue. Okay, so here we are on the widget screen, okay? You can see they put up the four widgets we showed you before. You know, before we get into this, I just want to say that at any point, you can totally edit or completely delete a widget. So please don't feel like, you know, you can't experiment. We really would encourage you to take a few minutes and experiment with how this works, and then just delete it, redo it. You know, if you're not happy, you can edit, all of that. So just feel free. You're not going to break anything, and nothing's permanent. So feel free to dive in and have some fun. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on Add Widget. And we have two types. You're going to see three, but there are actually two types of widgets you'll use. This one is a back-end widget, an image widget, and a video widget. So I'm going to show you a completed image widget now, which is one of these. You see, it's called an image widget. I'm going to click on Edit, and I come in here, and I can see that they've decided to have one image. That's why it's a big image. And here are the specifications for that image. But you can have up to 4 images going across the page if you like. You can, you know, when you click on these different sizes, the specifications will change. You see they've dropped down, and to add the images, you simply click on Edit. You upload an image from your desktop, and then you, once it's up there, you just drop in the link you want it to link to. So this could be, you know, let's say this is a, you know, a brochure cover for another brochure you want people to know, or a magazine cover from an article that you, about your company. You can upload an image of that and just drop in the link to wherever you want it to link to. We would strongly encourage, we've turned this radio button on by default, because opening a new tab is a better user experience, because they'll stay on your profile page in the current tab. Okay, very simple to do that. When you have uploaded your content, you can save it, and then you can preview it by taking a look here, clicking on Preview, scroll down. There's the widget I was just working on. I check the link, and it links to the desired page. This has a little PDF reader. I'm not going to wait for that to download. There we go. So this is the article that they want you to come to. Anyway, okay, so that is that. I'm going to now show you the video widget, which is even easier. So I'm going to click on the video widget. You choose video widget from the dropdown. You can title it whatever you want. They've titled this honey roasted acorn squash recipe. Okay. You can have up to 3 different videos going across the page horizontally. They've chosen to just do one, and all you do, you don't have to upload this thumbnail. All you do is drop in the link. We support YouTube and Vimeo videos. So you just drop the link in here, the system will go and get the thumbnail and bring it back to the system and publish it within the embedded player on the profile page. So it'll have the play buttons and all the functionality. Okay, very, very simple to do. Implementation is not the hardest thing here. It's really, how do you want to represent your company? What kind of content, what kind of information and experience do you want to deliver? Okay, so that's all good. I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. But even after clicking publish, guys, I can always go back and edit and delete. Okay, any questions about profile pages or widgets before we get into the showroom setup?
No questions right now, Scott. One thing I just want to reiterate to everyone who's on the call is I know that it seems like it might be a lot to put this information in, but understand we are moving into a new product marketplace. So some of your information already might be in our SFA product marketplace, but all the work you're doing here will not go to waste because our new product marketplace will exist the way that you see it here inside of this platform. So it will all move in here, and then same thing with Infinite Isle. As you get signed up for the Infinite Isle program, this data will move into the Infinite Isle platform and will be updated there as well. So that's why you see some of these extra fields that are required in the product area. Those are all helpful as we move stuff into the Infinite Isle program as well. So we're moving, the SFA is moving to a do it once so that it all populates all the other places. And the last step to this is around the fancy food shows and our Map Your Show application, where all the exhibitor information lives, where we can bring this information in there as well. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that that's the direction we're headed. So thanks, Scott.
You got it. Okay, so now we'll move into setting up your product showroom. So the way to get there is under content, go to showroom. Very quickly, I'm going to run through these tabs. These tabs up here are various settings that you'll enable to kind of create the parameters of your showroom before you start loading products in, okay? If you go to the collections tab, this is where you can create collections. You know, you may have products that all share an attribute like, you know, summer collection, you know, so you can call it whatever you want. You can set visibility controls. Now you can do this at the collection level. You can also do it at the product level and the showroom level. I'll walk you through what this means, okay? So visibility, who gets to see this collection, this product, or this showroom? You can choose the public, which is really not the public. This is just all the buyers that that have been vetted. But what it really means is they don't have to be logged in to SFA to see. I would not recommend using that setting because, as I mentioned briefly before, and we'll talk about a little more in depth in an upcoming webinar, the buyers won't create a lead for you unless they're logged in. So it's really not going to be a lot of benefit for you, you know, to use this public setting.
Yeah, we highly suggest using the community setting because obviously we know you're going to want to make sure you understand who's been looking at your profile and looking at your products, and those buyers, as Scott mentioned, have been vetted. All of them have been vetted, so they're qualified wholesale buyers, and under the community being logged in, they'll show up in your leads area as a lead. So that's really what you want. You want to be able to see all those buyers that have come in, looked at your products, and then obviously some of them will reach out to you and connect with you, but that makes the most sense.
Right. So community is everyone the SFA vetted, like Leo said, and are logged in. Connections are, you know, this is a little more restrictive, a little more privacy. And by the way, sellers do not see other sellers on the system, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Connections means when a buyer would click on this particular collection or the product or the showroom that you put the setting on, they would get a little message to encourage them to say, it says something like this supplier request that you connect with them before you get into their showroom or before you see this product, okay? So community is the most common and probably the best. You don't have to have connections on to see who is logging in and looking at your products. Community will do that, as Leo just said. Same thing with price. You can let anyone into this collection or into your showroom, but do you want to show them price? It's really up to you. You can say, hey, you need to connect with me before you can see pricing. And that's fine. Maybe you have a complicated pricing scheme and you need to vet these people before you can send them accurate pricing. So maybe you want to set it on connections. It's really up to you, okay? And then, if there's launch dates, when they deliver, shipping dates, all of that, you can add that. It's optional, of course. And then if there's a description of this collection, you would put it right in here, okay? All right, same thing with brands is similar. You're like I said, you're setting parameters for your showroom. If you don't have multiple brands, your company name is your default brand. But if you do have multiple brands, you simply create branded showrooms by entering the brand name, uploading the brand logo, and you'll start adding products to this branded showroom when in the next step. Showroom settings, very quick.
Just real quick on brands.
You
Scott.
can-
So as it relates to brands, for any of you that have multiple brands, it does allow the buyers to shop specifically by brand as well. So if they know you're one of your brands and they search that brand specifically, they would find that brand more easily. So if you have multiple brands that are recognized by buyers, you definitely want to add those brands.
Right, right. Okay. Showroom settings, this is a very quick little function. If you want to enable Q&A on the product detail pages, you've probably seen this on Amazon, where people can submit questions and then the experts answer those questions on the page. You can turn that on, and then you can choose who you want to route those questions to within your organization. And then down here, if you're part of the Infinite Aisle program, you've got to turn on enable external checkout. That will give you the ability to be able to add a link and have the visit site to buy button appear next to the products. Okay.
And we'll be sending out some very specific and detailed instructions on that for our Infinite Aisle customers. All of our members who have already signed up for Infinite Aisle will get a detailed screenshot on how to enable the visit to buy button that I showed you on Hemp Love. And the links that you need will supply to everyone as well, that's specific to every product inside of Infinite Aisle.
Right. Okay, the next tab is privacy settings. Remember, I told you you can set privacy and pricing settings at the showroom level. That's what I'm doing right now. I won't go through this again, but everyone in the community is the most popular setting. You can actually control who sees pricing throughout your entire showroom by, if you want them to connect with you before they see it, you just click that and you're good to go. The last tab is product settings. Okay, now this is two things on this page. If you have multiple sizes or colors or flavors of the same item, you can create variants right here. Okay, you click simply add new variant. And remember, I'm setting up the parameters. I'm not actually yet entering product data yet, but you can, if flavor is, a variant, you can add flavor here, and maybe it's chocolate, vanilla, whatever you want, all that right there. And then you would put in that data later. And then down here under product fields, these are all of the product attributes that the SFA has set up. As Leo alluded to, a lot of this data will be flowing into the Infinite Aisle program as well. So there's a lot of fields here. Most are optional, but we would certainly want you to be able to, the buyers like data, they like information. It helps them with their purchasing decisions. So if any of these apply to your product, we would strongly encourage you to add that data when you create your showroom, because not only is it important to the buyers, but it also drives a lot of the filters you saw. So, if you've got a Sophie Award winner and a retail buyer clicks on Sophie Award winner as a filter, you definitely want your product to pop up. So if there's no data in there, it won't. So, when you saw single serve, a private label, special diet options, all of these are filters, as well as product attributes that appear on the product page. So as many of these details as you can add, please do. What I want to point out for you guys, these are pre-created for you, and most of them are multi-select from a drop-down pick list. I'll show you in a moment. But you can also, if there's attributes of your product that are not listed here that you really want buyers to know about, add your own, right? So if, I don't know what might be, an attribute of your product that is great, but maybe, I don't know, it's a certain ingredient, I don't know. You can add that as a field. The field name is a backend field label, what we'll publish to, to the buyer, and then you can select whether it's a number or a date or true, false, whatever goes in here. Okay. All right. And yeah.
Quick question. Matt has asked if there's a PDF available with how to do all this stuff as well. You might want to just show the help at the bottom.
Sure.
For each section, you can get to the support area, and also on the sf.com, specialtyfood.com, under the SF Live events, there's a specific section around exhibitor FAQs, and those will have all the most common questions with answers. And then all of these videos that we've done, these onboarding videos, are there and recorded for you to take a look at it at your convenience as well.
Okay, good. Okay, Matt, I just want to call your attention, everybody. There's a support link at the bottom of every page, okay? You just click on that, click on seller, And all of the topics I'm covering and more are all here, okay? So how do I upload multiple products at once? I click that, and you can actually export this as a PDF if you want, but it's, you know, it's got a lot of screen grabs. There is some video in here, step-by-step instructions to doing everything to get set up, okay? All there.
Thanks, Scott.
Sure. Okay, now we're actually going to take a look at how to upload products into the system, okay? So back to the products tab. These are all the products this particular manufacturer has already uploaded. They're here. We give you two ways to upload products into your showroom. You can do it individually by simply clicking add product and going through this flow. I'm going to show you one that already has data populated in it. So this is the flow here. 3 steps: upload the product information, the product images, and then set variants, okay? So product name, SKU, brand, if you have multiple brands, they'll all appear here. If you created them in the last step, if you created collections like I just showed you, they'll be available here. You can add pricing, it's optional, but you know, there's wholesale and MSRP listed here. If there's a minimum opening quantity or dollar amount, you can set it here. The product description is mandatory, it goes there. This next section, categories, is where you assign this product to a product category so that it will appear in that taxonomy, that product category dropdown that Leo showed you in the beginning of the webinar. Very simple. You choose the primary category, baked goods, cakes and pastries, or others. You know, you can choose up to 3 categories. Let's say we'll come in here to beans, grains, and rice. You see, this is the subcategory. Very simple, very easy to do. All this data is pre-populated for you. There you go. That will ensure that your products are on the results pages when people choose from that category dropdown, all right? The next section is tags, and this is a great way for you to optimize your search results at the product level. You know, it's a way, if you know that the buyers use certain keywords to refer to your products, you should add them here. You can add as many tags as you want. You just have to comma separate them. Leo, you were talking about region being an important thing for tagging, right?
Yeah, so one of the things, like with olive oils, buyers like to find olive oils by specific region. It's not necessarily a category or subcategory of olive oil, but if you add that region as a tag and a buyer searches the top search for a certain region olive oil, they'll find your product because it had been tagged with that specific region. So it's just one example of another tagging that you can do to help with search and SEO.
Right. So they've taken advantage of that thinking by adding California. This is a California-based honey company. They've got California honey made in the USA. All of these are tags that are going to help them with search results. Down here in the additional fields is the fields I just showed you. Okay. All of these are going to be published on this product's detail page, as well as used as filters. Okay. So if you've got a product that's new, you have to tag it here if you want it to display when that filter or that graphic is clicked on the buyer landing page. You've got to have a value in here, okay? Same thing, all of these, these are, you can see they've chosen 4 results here. They all apply to this product. You can choose as many as you want. Special diet options, if this is it's low carb honey, I don't know if that's a thing. You know, seasonal item, product stability, just as much of this data that applies to your product, we would encourage you to include, okay?
And you'll see a lot of this data here is optional that I'm going through now. All of this optional data basically from UPC down is all part of the Infinite Aisle data. So this data will help flow directly into the Infinite Aisle platform, make it really easy for your products to already be ready to go when we go into Infinite Aisle for the buying process.
Right, right. And then you'll see down here, I told you at the product level, you can set visibility settings. So that you do at the bottom of this page, save and continue. And you go to the next step, which is uploading the images, the product images. So as I mentioned, each product detail page supports up to 10 different images. So you can load all 10 images for this product right here. You simply click here to add. And then if you've got product video about this particular item that you want on the product detail page, you can certainly just drop in the Vimeo or YouTube link here, and it will play right on your product page, okay? And the final step, save and continue, is around variants. So if you set up variants earlier, this is where you can put the values in, okay? And then down here, you can continue, you can add images for each variant. You put in this unique pricing for each variant. Maybe you have 3 different sizes, so there are 3 different prices. You do all that right here. Very easy to do, okay? And then the final stage is just save and publish, all right? Now, there we go. Once you've uploaded a product, you can certainly continue to edit it, okay? So this is the product we were just looking at. I can preview the product, like simply clicking right here and go, and I'll see exactly what the retail buyer will see. These are all the specs, all the attributes of the product that we just went through. They're all here. They've only uploaded 1 image, as you saw, but you can put 10, and the video would be down here if we did that. So you can preview not only your product, but you can preview your entire showroom by clicking on Preview Showroom. So all the products, once you've uploaded a bunch of them, you can check on your whole showroom this way, all right? Okay, the other way that we allow you to create showrooms is to do a bulk import. So if you've got a lot of SKUs, you know, maybe over 30 or 40, and doing it one at a time can be rather cumbersome and time consuming. You can use the import products link here. And if you've done this before, if you've ever created any sort of e-commerce or product driven portal, it's a very simple flow. The first step is to upload product photos. The second step is to download a template. I'll show you how to do that right now. And then you'll populate that template with all of the data, and then you'll complete or you'll upload that populated template. That's the last step, okay? So on this screen, you simply upload all of your product images, okay? And when you upload them into this repository, they'll be available when you download your template, so you can sort them into the correct columns, and very simple to do that, okay? You click save and continue once your images are uploaded, and you come here to the second step, and you could download a quick template, which does not have a lot of data. We certainly recommend the full template. So you just click full template and download it. And now I am going to show it to you. Give me 1 sec. This is the product bulk product upload. You'll see each column is a data value. If a column has an asterisk in the header, it means it's required. This is where you'll drop in all of the data. My guess is most of you have all of this data in some system internally. Even if you're working out of another spreadsheet, you'll have this data somewhere. So it'll be a matter of cutting and pasting. You know, each row is a SKU, right? These are all of those attributes I showed you earlier that we've been emphasizing here. Some are mandatory, some are not. And then of course down here, all of your images will be dropped into a column, the ones that you uploaded in the last step. And you'll grab and then sort them. Like I said, each product can accommodate up to 10 different images. So they each go in these cells here. And then if you have product video, you'll drop that link in here. That the system will go get the video and put it on that product detail page. And then if you are part of the infinite aisle and you've enabled external checkout, you'll be able, SFA will be sending you all of the links for your products in the infinite aisle program. You'll just drop those links in here. Okay. So as I always say, a little tedious, a lot of cutting and pasting, but not difficult. You know, and the other best practice I like to share with people is if you're uploading a lot of products, I would do them in batches under, let's say, 300 at a time. You know, we have had companies upload 10,000 products. But you know, what'll happen is your local internet speed, your local provider, you may time out if you didn't do any more than like 300 in a batch. You know, if it does time out, just resume it. All the data that was uploaded, it will still be there. It will pick up where it left off, so don't worry about that. But do it in batches of 300 at a time, okay?
And then from a best case perspective, one of the things that the buyers did mention to us during our sessions with them is that they really want to see your newest, hottest products. They would prefer to see a smaller showroom with your hottest, newest products than to see a showroom with 300 plus products in there, at least for these SF Live events. So think about when you're loading up your products for the May event and the September event, load up your best products, your hottest products, or products that are specific to this particular buying time. That's really what buyers want to see right now. So that's just a tip from the buyers directly.
There you go. One other thing I want to show you, before you can complete your template, you'll need to populate the column about product categories. To do that, you'll download this list of product categories. Hold on, let me change my share here. So I've downloaded that list of product categories, and you can see here, this is a really comprehensive list. A couple of hundred different primary and subcategories are listed here. You'll find the one that fits your product line. You'll copy it. And then you'll go back to this template and you'll drop it in the category column C, and you're going to be very careful not to change any spelling, any syntax. These pipe delimiters have to stay that way or it won't function properly. And then you just click and drag and drop your category selection here, okay? And that will ensure that your products appear when those categories are chosen, okay? All right, going to close that one. Give you a new share. Let's go back to here. Okay, final step. Pretty self-explanatory. You've done your template. You just choose the file and upload it. Okay. Now, once your products are in the system, it doesn't mean you can't edit them. You can do bulk actions like publish and unpublish, change collections, change categories. You can export everything to a CSV file or a PDF file with the images. Lots you can still do. And then an individual level, of course, you can preview, you can change visibility, publish and unpublish, and delete products here, okay? If you're looking to edit certain products, you can search for that product by name. You can also filter by brand, by category assignment, and by any tags that you added, okay? All right. Pretty straightforward.
One quick question, Scott, that has come up twice. I've answered a couple of folks. If you already are Infinite Aisle and your products and everything is already in there, right now we don't have the connection between Infinite Aisle into Balloon, but we're working on that, as I mentioned in the beginning. But we still may be able to help you with a bulk import through the Infinite Aisle platform. We can take some of the product fields out, including some of these other key fields, and use that in a bulk import into the SF Live platform. So reach out to us at member dev team at specialtyfood.com, which I'll add into the chat area so that everybody has that as well for any other questions as well as this one.
Okay. That's really all I wanted to cover. We've got 7 minutes to spare, Leo.
Thanks you. Any additional questions that anyone has? I know there's been a few questions that have been asked that have been also answered. Again, we really thank everybody, but if there's any specific questions, we still have about 6-7 minutes left. We're happy to answer any additional questions that anyone might have. As I mentioned before, on the specialtyfood.com website, under the SF Live event area, under exhibitors Q&A, all of these webinars that we've done all the recordings of them are there. And we'll be doing a webinar, I believe tomorrow, And that webinar will be specific to how to make the most of SF Live. So how to utilize the sales match component, the leads area, how to connect with buyers and look at the community posts. So all of that is happening as well. So, but if you have any specific questions, you know, that either you think of later or whatnot, feel free to reach out to us at memberdevteam@specialtyfood.com. And again, I'm going to drop that right into the chat for everybody as well. If there aren't any additional questions, we'll give you back 6 minutes to your Tuesday. And as I mentioned, feel free to reach out to us. I'm going to drop this real quick into the chat for everybody so that you can grab it real quick. It's memberdevteam@specialtyfood.com. And everybody should see that in your chat. Feel free to copy and paste that into an email. Any questions that you have, feel free to go ahead and send an email directly to us there. And again, we want to thank you all for participating in this May edition of Specialty Food Live. We're looking forward to hopefully getting back to being live and together in September at the Javits Center in New York. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. But thank you all. Thank you, Scott, for working on us with us on this. And please have a great rest of your Tuesday, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.